All right, it is district breakdown time, and we are talking with my main guy, Jon Poorman from the Houston Chronicle. We've moved on to 5A Division One, and we're starting off with the 9-team district of 8 5A Division One, which was very challenging last year. Port Arthur Memorial ended up taking it, but a lot of teams jumped up that we didn't see much of in the years before, like Kingwood Park specifically. How do you think this district's going to fall out this year?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, you got to think that Port Arthur Memorial is going to be the team to beat coming back again this year. That's a program that fields a pretty good team every single season. So, you got to say going into it that they're going to be the favorites. Kingwood Park obviously, had a great performance last year, but they lose a couple of guys in receiver Pierce Richards and quarterback Patrick Overmeyer, who were, big time playmakers for that offense. Coming down the line here, I'm looking at Crosby as well for maybe a bounce back season. Obviously, after two incredible years in which they reached the state championship and the state semifinals, the expectations were really high in 2022, especially with the returning quarterback that they had. But I'm really looking for them to kind of get back on track. I think that they have the culture in place to be able to do that. So, Barbers Hill obviously had a pretty solid season last year. 2 years ago, they knocked off Marshall in the first round of the playoffs. So that's a program that's always solid as well.
The top, if we're saying the top four teams are going to be pretty solid again this year, is there any in the back five, like the Baytowns or Goose Creek Memorial or LaPorte, that may sneak in there and try to seal a playoff spot?
Yeah, it's going to be competitive from top to bottom, and maybe that third or fourth playoff spot is going to come down to the last few weeks of the regular season. I'm really looking at LaPorte, I think, here, and Porter in particular. Porter is a program that has had some good success in past years, as well as LaPorte. Both of these programs are no strangers to success in the past. I would say one of those teams, maybe you're looking at a program that is kind of bouncing back and can make a run and get into the playoffs, maybe that third or fourth seed. But yeah, I mean, every week it's going to be a battle, especially when you're going up against teams like Port Arthur Memorial and Crosby and Barbers Hill that have that kind of pedigree and are, getting into the playoffs every single season.
All right. Well, we'll talk non-5A Division One when I talk to you next week.
Sounds good.